Hi, guys. Welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener and or emailer, we love hearing from you. Keep those emails coming in.
Yes.
You are not jumping right in here.
Okay.
Gonna believe what happened this week.
What happened?
Well, I was in my house.
You don't say.
Doing my house things.
Sure.
And I heard some unusual barking not like my normal, like, hey, someone's driving down the road or hey, there's a squirrel.
Yeah.
It was different. So
Right.
I did, I was alerted. I went and looked, and you would not believe what I saw.
Uh-oh. What was it?
Bolo hopping through the yard outside the dog fence like a gazelle.
Well, I believe she was. Now, how did she get out?
Well, it took me a few times. I kept putting her out and thinking, oh, okay, she's not going to go anywhere. And then I'd go in the house.
Yeah.
And I'd look out again and she'd be out. So she was clearly being sneaky about it. But she destroyed a section of the fence. She has all the wires like pulled apart. Wow. And then also underneath that very hole, the bottom is compromised of the fence. So she can go through or under.
It doesn't surprise me she got out because she's a crazy lady.
She is that. And
it's Bolo for a reason.
Yeah, okay. Be on the lookout.
Yeah.
First thing she did, I saw her shoot over to the chicken coop.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's like, whoa, there's where the eggs come from.
What kind of dog is that? What? There's only 2 legs. I don't know what those things are. I would have thought, though, for sure she would have gone over.
Yeah, I would have guessed over. Rocky, my old husky, could go over the fence.
I believe that.
He was not as big as Bolo.
Yeah, he is
agile.
Very much, yeah.
But
she's pretty bouncy. She is fast.
And long in the body. So yeah. I guess I would have thought her going over as well, but nope, yeah. She just tore the fence up.
She's like, over, under, I'm going through.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she did.
Yeah.
And what's really, really ridiculous about it is the area she went through is like right by the front door. I mean, it's like, I guess I didn't notice it because there's some lilac bushes behind it.
Sure, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I didn't notice that the wire was all scrunched up and weird, but it was like right there.
She's not really trying to be that discreet.
She says, there's nothing discreet about that dog.
I don't think so.
No.
No. When she's there.
Well, I was laying on the couch and she was, what I thought she was doing was cuddling with me.
Yeah.
And she was laying along the back of the couch and by me, but I'm pretty sure at this stage of the game, she was actually trying to push me off the couch so that she could have it.
Oh.
Right. So I thought, we're cuddling. And she thought, get off my couch.
Yeah. She's an interesting one because she is very nice.
Oh, super nice.
Super nice. But I could... She seems to want her relaxing space.
She's a little self-absorbed.
Yeah. That's okay. You're wonderful, but you don't get my spot. Listen, lady. So I'd say to her, I would. I would.
Yeah, well, you'd have the full conversation for sure.
I would. I had to talk to Enzo today because we're doing the podcast on a different day today. We're recording it on a different day, and he's all messed up.
He and you know what? He's a disgruntled employee.
He is. I had to
because of it.
Yeah, we had a talk.
I know.
Yeah,
it was a mess.
I know. We held hands and everything.
Oh, for crying out loud! So today,
yes,
we're gonna talk about. Well, I guess what are we going to talk about? I guess this is something I joke about and I think about because I have one of my 3 sons is concerned about me as an older lady
Yes.
having large dogs.
Yes.
Not just a large dog, but more than one large dog.
Right.
And he's pretty sure I'm going to die or be injured.
Well, you're always hurting yourself.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's, or
so we're going to talk about what is the appropriate breed for yourself,
okay.
whether
Yeah.
you're a senior or a younger person or possibly your family. You know,
Right.
what is the right dog?
Yes.
And there isn't a real clear answer.
Nope. This is when you really got to love the internet.
Or hate it.
Yep.
Because, well, we'll get to it later, but I
Yeah.
found something that had no author, no
Mhm.
blog, no nothing attached to it. And I thought what I read was nonsense.
Just information.
and I
you
thought,
know.
okay, who did this?
Well, maybe they don't want you to know.
Well, I shouldn't. I might write them a letter.
It was that bad. They
well,
said,
okay, it wasn't that
I'm going to
bad.
put it out there.
See how many
No
stupid
one can
people
know.
believe it.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
There's a lot.
so we're going to just talk about, how to pick a dog that's right for you. And I'm going to say right off the bat, the 2 things, as far as the dog in itself goes, to look at, and I found this over and over and over through several, and I agree with it, is energy level and temperament.
Right. I did find a lot of emphasis on size, which I don't personally agree with.
I do not either.
But yeah, size is definitely not the most important thing, but I did see a lot of emphasis on that.
I did too. And I don't know that a small dog is really, gosh, that just like strikes up 20, 50, 60 things in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to just like narrow it down. But when you're looking at size, I mean, one thing I read said, if you have to lift them up. And I'm thinking, well, if they're a big dog, they can probably get up anywhere you need them to.
Right.
So why would you be lifting them? Although that being said, I do have to lift my dog's rear ends up into the vehicle. I think they know we're going to the vet.
Yeah.
So they're like, they'll get up on their front feet, but not the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So I have to boost them.
They're not fully motivated going to the vet.
Yeah.
So
They're like, wait a minute, where are we going?
I need to know first.
I can't commit to this trip.
Yeah, I'm only 50% committed at this point. So
anyhow, but so it's not about, I don't really think with the big dogs you have to lift them.
No, and I would imagine being, if we're talking about older folks, you're probably not going to have a lifted pickup. You're probably going to have a vehicle that dogs can just get into.
Like a van?
Yeah.
You think, wait a minute. Let me clarify this.
Yeah.
Are you saying that when you get old, you have to drive like frumpy vans?
No, but that's just what happens.
Oh,
Actually, let me just say, there's some older ladies here in this town. Got some pretty decent taste in cars. They're not driving vans. Okay, but they're
and
lower.
remember that.
They're lower to. You don't get included in anything I say about older people. You're different. in a good way.
Okay,
in a good way.
Okay.
You would not guess her to be her age if you looked at her. So
I'm pretty sure I look my age. I probably don't act. I act like a teenage boy.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying there. I mean, as far as vehicles, yeah.
Yeah. I have that
So,
type of taste in
yeah,
vehicles.
pretty much anytime we've gone to look at a car, it's been a young man selling it.
Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. They're like, oh, who's this for? I'm thinking, me.
Yeah.
Or they'll say, well, you probably don't care about this, but it has an aftermarket exhaust system. I'm like, yeah, I want to hear.
Yeah. I am. Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, I guess, some older people have vehicles that are, easier for dogs to get into. Um, but little dogs could, this is true, a little dog could be a safety issue. What if they're black or brown and you have carpet and you trip over them?
Yeah, I trip over my big dogs.
Well, you trip all the time.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, just because they're small doesn't mean they're more safe.
Well, yeah, that's, and actually tripping over a small, that could be bad for everybody. What if you land on it?
Although the big dogs,
Yeah.
I will say, I'm not happy with it, but I've been having to wear Crocs because I got a problem with one of my feet.
Yes.
And my dogs will follow me through the yard and they step on the back of the Croc. And I don't know how many times I've taken a tumble forward because they're standing on the back of my shoe.
I got to say, I can't tell which one it is because Betsy and Tito, it's one of those two. Okay. I know it. Because every time I turn around, it's one of them. Well, they're both there. So it's one of them. Enzo doesn't. He's way behind everybody all the time.
Watching the silliness that goes on in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? You guys go ahead. I'll stay here on the couch.
Okay, we're drifting.
Yeah, sorry.
But the bigger dogs, I think you really have to look at the energy level. I mean, if you're an older person that really is like go, 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 you could probably handle almost any dog.
Yep.
If you are a couch potato and you're an older person, there's large dogs that are more laid back, more easy. I did read that Great Danes are supposed to be calm, but that is not what I have seen throughout my life. I think they can be a pretty high energy dog.
Yeah.
So they recommended a Great Dane for a senior, but
and those dogs are like huge.
Mm-hmm.
So a Great Dane has too much energy and they're big. Probably not apartment life or elderly anybody.
Well, I don't know that that's true. I mean, I would say, if you're going to have a big dog, one, pick an energy level that works for you.
Right.
And two, you have to at least be, in a situation where you're able to get them trained and socialized.
Yeah.
I think the biggest danger, even at my age, I'm not like 100 years old yet.
No.
Hope I don't get there. But is like if they're going to dart off.
Yeah.
Take off when you're holding on to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of goes back to good training and handling, good socializing, making sure that they don't dash off after a squirrel or go running towards a kid or the ice cream truck, whatever it might be.
Right.
I think that's in the handling of the dog when it's young.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Now, I actually just recently had a conversation with somebody about, when you have a big dog, the time to train them is when they're 30 pounds, not when they're 150 and over. Right. Because then they just grow up respecting you, what you want, and they know to behave and sit and walk.
Right.
With you, not yanking you around.
Right.
So with the bigger dogs, I think it's just super important to make sure you really are assessing your lifestyle for the energy level and then the handling of them while they're young so that they know to behave when they're with you.
Right.
So I wouldn't really necessarily rule out a Great Dane. I think I would kind of have to look at the big picture.
Right. And, even no matter what kind of dog that you're looking at, I mean, every dog is different to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
So, not all Great Danes probably are going to be, have a ton of energy. I think some of the smaller dogs are great. I would think I'd have a hard time not having at least one big dog. I don't know. I just like these guys.
I'm a big dog person.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some small ones that I would have with a big dog, but I don't think I would just want a small dog. That's just not me.
Yeah.
But some things to consider. I kind of went through and made a list. Uh, and this kind of refers to more, kind of geared a little bit more towards seniors. But like, do you have the ability to clean up after the dog? You know, are you
Yeah.
able to get out in the yard and clean up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, poop and do all the outside chores that go along with the dog? Or
Right.
even in the house. I mean, how many times a day do you sweep and vacuum when you have a dog? More than if you don't have a dog.
Right. Yep.
Are those things that you can do? Physical limitations, you know, can you take the dog out for a walk? Does the dog need to be, you know, getting that exercise? There are some smaller dogs that are pretty fine just sitting on your couch.
Yeah.
One thing too, you know, I actually found two aspects of it. You know, if you're looking at travel in the future,
Mm-hmm.
you know, looking down the road thinking, oh, I'm going to go fly in here to see my grandkids, or, you know, take the kids to whatever, Disneyland, you know,
Right.
is this a dog I can either take with, or will I have it socialized in a way that I can board it? And if you are going to be traveling a lot, I think I would think very seriously if you even should get a dog, because I don't think dogs should live in a boarding kennel.
Right. I agree with that. Well, and again, talking more about, older people, do you know if you're going to have a lot of medical appointments, or obviously hospital stays? You can't really plan that, but, is that something you're going to be away for? Which again, that's a little trickier because it's tough to say. I mean, you can't plan all of that, but and some nursing homes, I think they allow dogs. Do they? Am I making that up?
You make a lot of things
I
up,
do.
Tori.
I know.
I know.
So,
I think some nursing homes have like a resident dog,
okay.
but I don't know if, like, I think, gosh, I don't know, like assisted living, I don't know, maybe you can have a dog there, or if
Okay.
it's just a senior apartment, maybe there. But I really don't think
They don't really allow personal pets in.
in an actual nursing
Yeah.
home. No.
Okay. Okay. Well, and that's too, that may be something to keep in mind also.
Well, I know another thing people should consider is grooming.
Yeah.
If you are a young parents with children, grooming can be quite expensive. If you're a senior and you're on a limited income, you know, it can be kind of costly to have a dog groomed every 6 weeks, nails trimmed. It's something to consider. Is this, you know, do you want something that has lots of fluffy hair like a Pomeranian, or something like a pug that has, or a Boston Terrier that has pretty much no, you know, just very short hair?
Yeah.
So grooming is something to think about.
Well, and I will say, I think a Shiba Inu like Jim would be a good option for really any family. I think they'd probably be good for younger families and older ones. They're a nice size, but I will say the hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super long, but man, he sheds, and it is always everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, if I had a very young child, I don't think I'd want them crawling around on the floor with his hair.
Yeah. Getting hair in their slobbery chins.
Ugh, yes.
In the kids' slobbery chin.
Yeah, Jim, he's not slobbery.
No. Well, some of the dogs that were suggested by this is the Shelter Animals Count National Database.
Okay.
They had quite a few listed. I just pulled out a few of them. Cocker Spaniels, Pomeranians, Golden Retrievers, Bichon Frise,
Okay.
Greyhounds. They have here, and when I read this, you know, you and I talked about this before we even started recording.
Yep.
But Labrador Retrievers.
You know, I'll be honest, I don't like them. I mean, they're
I thought
so
she
nice.
was going to say something nice. My head went to Leroy.
It did. And I should. That was harsh.
That was
That
harsh. That was terrible.
They're so nice. They are crazy.
They are. Well, Leroy was our yellow lab, and he was out just busy.
And he would make you busy too. If you were sitting down, no, you weren't.
There was no couch potato with that one.
No. And you know what? You could try, but he would just go grab your stuff.
Yeah.
And walk in front of you with it and keep walking. Oh, well, you know what? That's not working. Let me grab something else of theirs. And it was specific to whoever he wanted to bug.
Well, he was a very entertaining dog, but I don't know. Maybe that'd be more like for, this is supposed to be a list for seniors.
I would not recommend, not unless it was a senior lab.
Well, or if you're a hunter or something,
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see it for like a family,
Sure.
where you got kids always wanting to play or,
Yeah.
bounce around the house with balls, stuff like that. I
Yep.
can see that, but I don't know about the senior thing. You'd have to be a pretty active senior to do that.
Yeah.
But that one kind of made me chuckle because, Leroy was anything but calm.
Well, and I think they're smart dogs. Most of them are smart enough. But just the energy level alone would be, because I don't think I've ever met a real calm one. I mean, not that they won't sit down.
Well, your oldest brother, his wife purchased one.
A yellow lab?
Black lab.
Oh, a lab, huh?
And that was, I guess, a very hard dog to train. And she even took it to a trainer, and the trainer found some frustration with working with that dog as well. And I never viewed Leroy as difficult or, untrainable or stupid. But he was a character. He was always doing something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was just a fluke that they got a dog that wasn't easily trained or what happened, but
yeah, I don't know. I think difficult may be a decent word for Leroy on occasion. I do think he is very smart and very entertaining. And I have a happy spot in my life from that dog. So
yeah, I think you gotta want to be busy if you're gonna pick one of them. I don't
For
care if
sure.
you're a senior or a family person.
yeah, and
it's
maybe
gonna be busy.
maybe get another dog for your dog at that point.
Talk about energy level.
Yeah.
I was outside today, trips out to the chickens, trip out to the kennel building, and I had Karma and Poppy out in the yard.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what's going on with Poppy. I was trying to do stuff, and she would go running through the yard, and she would like go into flight mode
Oh.
and like come at you. And she did it to me twice. And the first time I thought, well, I shouldn't have scolded her. She's just playing.
Right.
The second time I was like, what are you doing?
I know.
And then, I don't want to cut you off. Keep
Nope.
your story in mind.
Got it.
Then I was watching her on the deck, and she ran. We have a bench built into the deck.
Yeah.
She ran on the bench and then flew off the bench and onto Karma's back.
Oh my god.
Like she was riding her piggyback. And, Karma just stopped quick and she flew off.
yeah.
But that's a lot of energy.
That is super funny because Jojo actually flies at me and Enzo as well. Also, she does this buck and bronco thing.
I've seen such a thing.
I'm familiar with the dog that has done that before.
Yes.
But and with those ears, man,
Maybe it's the ears.
it might be.
they get a good gust of wind under there, and it just makes them move.
Yeah, and JoJo, she's interesting because she'll go and she'll be doing her bucking around in the yard and all that. She found a good stick, good reason to do it, I guess. And then she'll pop up and just spin. And she does. She flings herself into my legs as well because they're not jumping up on you.
No,
They're jumping at you.
yeah.
Okay.
They're like a canine frisbee.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just shoot at you.
They do. And you got to watch. So, between JoJo, Betsy, and Tito knocking me over in the dark because I can't see them in the dark. It's a dangerous yard.
Well, what's interesting about you is you do have a fenced yard, so you wouldn't have to go out with them all the time.
No, once I get that front part fixed,
You'll still go out with
it'll
them.
be fine. Yeah, probably.
Anyhow, yeah, so that was I was like
She is
trying to get stuff done and had things going against me.
she is super cute too. Oh my goodness.
Poppy is Poppy.
That is for sure.
Now I did find another just kind of fun thought, and I don't know what anyone thinks, if it's true or not true. I wish I had a 16-week-old puppy to check it out on.
Yeah.
But I was in all this reading. I don't even know why it came up. I was researching picking the appropriate size for, yourself or your family.
Yeah.
And it said here that if you weigh a dog at 16 weeks and then double it, that it will give you an approximate weight of how big they'll be when they're full grown.
Oh, I don't believe it.
I don't either. There's too many variables, like how much a person feeds them.
Yeah.
Their metabolism might kick in and go a little faster, so they burn more food.
Right.
So they might be a thinner build. There's a lot of reasons, but they used to say something about that with kids.
It's a height thing at like 2.
If you measure them at 2 years old, and then what?
What is like? Do you double it or multiply it by something? I can't remember what it was, but
I think I did that with all 4 of you kids.
was it right? Do you remember?
I remember you were the shortest one.
Well, that's correct.
But I can't remember what height it gave me.
Yeah, well, I didn't make it very far, did I?
No, you're the same size as you were when you were 2.
I know, it's a sad story, guys.
But anyhow, so I guess if you're looking at an older puppy, that's you could try that and see if it helps at all.
You could. I'm not sure if I believe that though, because I guarantee you, whatever Enzo weighed at 16 weeks, that doubled is that's less than what he is now. He's hefty.
I need to look back. This last letter we had, the 2 males in that group weighed in quite heavy throughout their vet visits. I should look back and see if we have any weights on them for around 16 weeks and see if we could predict their size.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to look at my past messages and see if I can't remember. I know, gosh, how old was Cooper? I can't remember. I know they were sending me pictures with their weights and everything. But I can't remember. I'm going to have to look into that this week and see how big they're supposed to be.
Yeah. Gosh.
Now, didn't you say that? Totally forgot what I was going to say. There's something that you found on yours that I did not find. Now, when we were talking just before we started, didn't you say that you read something about rescue dogs?
Yes. And I kind of agree, kind of don't. For somebody who is a little bit older, maybe not a young family, a rescue would be, they said, a good option. like an older dog, not a
Mhm.
puppy, but middle aged
Right.
and up. Which I kind of get that. That makes sense because they're out of the puppy stage. That's about it. Because you don't know what their training is.
Right.
You don't know do they have health issues? I mean, they might know some because from what I understand, they like do a health check when
They ask them, yeah. Well, they ask a lot of questions of
Okay.
the owner that's surrendering them, and then
Okay.
they usually take them to the vet after that too. So,
Okay.
but I find people are liars.
Well,
So,
yeah, and I mean, in the past we have had rescues, and sometimes you don't even really know how old they are. I mean,
well, I think it's a good
so-
option if you have, because sometimes the ones that are brought in have behavioral problems, and that's
Right.
why they're there.
Yeah.
The people don't know how to fix it. And so if you're up to a little problem solving, I think that's a good option if you want to avoid that puppy stage
Yeah.
where they're throwing their bodies at you and things.
Right. Yeah. And
Uh,
I think rescues are great. You just
I do.
want to make sure you're taking the time and picking the right one, but yeah. I mean, I am personally not a huge fan of puppies. Short sessions with them because
Tori hates puppies.
I just don't like them that much. They're adorable. Yeah. They're like annoying and untrained and
So what you're saying is you have to apply yourself.
who wants to do that? Neither me nor Enzo.
He doesn't train them. You do.
Oh, well, maybe that's part of the problem.
Shoot, I've been waiting for him to do this. I didn't even know.
I've waited 2 years now for these other dogs to get their act together. So great.
I didn't even know.
It all makes sense.
So yeah, a rescue is a nice idea if you want to try to skip past that puppy stage, but you might want to be kind of prepared to do a little problem solving in case they have separation issues, potty issues, anything that the previous owner may not have known how to correct.
Right. And two, you have to keep in mind with rescues, they may have just strange behaviors from their home life. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get with the rescue, which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
So it can be very entertaining when you get a dog and they have some weird quirk and it's like, oh, okay, that's weird, but I'll take it.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I had you.
I know I've seen pictures. That was a little creepy.
Okay. So now I mentioned earlier that I found this list from some unknown author or place.
Yes.
And it was best behaved dog breeds.
Best behaved dog breeds. Okay.
And I'm just going to read them and then I'll explain why it's so bizarre. They have Labrador Retriever scored 100 out of 100.
100 what?
100 out of 100.
Okay.
And Rottweiler scored 92.49 out of 100.
Okay.
And we're going to be careful saying this. Shih Tzus.
Oh, yeah. Have you
91.8 out of 100. King Corsos 89.7 out of 100. Golden Retrievers 88.77 out of 100. German Shepherds 74.65 out of 100. And finally, Boston Terriers 62.90 out of 100.
I don't agree with that at all.
Oh, what don't you agree with?
Well, the labs being the first best behaved dogs.
You really didn't like Leroy,
I
did
loved
you?
him so much. I just he was your dog. Okay.
Well, out
He-
of this list, I guess the biggest question I have is this:
Okay.
out of 100, what?
Right.
100, but
Stars? Are we talking gold stars here? I mean, what?
behaviors,
Yeah.
tricks. What is the 100? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not
Personality.
92. What? 92.49. What?
Degrees?
I mean,
what do they mean?
and I mean, some of the smartest dogs. I mean, or are we talking like training? I don't even know what this scoring system means.
Yeah, I mean, is this like when the doctor says, describe your pain? One being the, you feel the best, and 10 being the worst pain you've ever experienced.
So then
Is
this
that-
isn't like actual points. It's
I don't
like
even know.
a scale.
Is it like reward points?
I don't. I'm not going to say no because we
right.
don't know anything
We
about this little bit of information I found. Could be.
Yeah.
But I read it, and like, although I am a Cane Corso fan,
yes.
I can't say enough good about them. I also am very aware that the German Shepherd and the Golden Retrievers are incredibly intelligent dogs, and they're some of the lowest scoring, which I don't know what that means, dogs on this list. And as much as I loved Leroy, he was also quite naughty.
Yeah.
And they're at 100 out of 100 of I don't know what. And I'm thinking, who did this?
Maybe it's the annoyance level. Because that would make more sense. Now,
So what you're saying is Leroy would have gotten 100 out of 100 for being annoying?
yeah, well, he was like one of the boys, but like couldn't talk and hair. Well, I can't even say hairier because you. But German Shepherds, yeah, they're frequently canine dog. I mean, they're
Canine cops.
Yeah, drug dogs. I mean,
military trained.
right?
Very. Them and the Malinois are always. They're very active dogs. So
right.
So is the scoring system referring to their level of activity?
Which I don't know. Are Rottweilers? I don't think Rottweilers are really super active, are they?
No.
I mean,
we had Hercules.
He was not.
He was my friend.
He was the best.
He just sat with me all the time.
He would hug you. He was so cute.
He was adorable.
He was the best. I fell down the stairs one time and he laid on me.
Yeah.
That was so sweet, but I couldn't breathe. And then you were laughing in the kitchen, and I'm like, I'm suffocating.
You were probably at the time like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And he was probably 200.
Yeah. Like, you could probably see my one hand sticking out. And I'm like,
now I wasn't laughing at her falling. That was something that went on all the time because she's clumsy.
Yeah.
I was laughing that the dog was bigger than her and she couldn't move.
He was just trying to love me. I was on the floor. He is going to take advantage of that. Ooh. I can cuddle her. Well, after killing me, maybe. My goodness. I was like, yeah. And then I had to, muffle through the fur and Herc. He was
Hercules. Yeah, that was so I read this and I didn't really agree with the points, but then I said I don't know what the points really were referring to on the the what are we rating?
Right. Yeah.
So I thought it was ironic that I couldn't find a author or anything for it either.
They're embarrassed by their own information.
Or they're trying to fool us.
You know what? Probably that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, so I got to kind of backtrack just a little because
Just a little.
Just a, you know what?
So you gotta what now?
Just a little. I gotta
Okay.
backtrack just a little.
Okay.
Okay. So you were talking about the list of some of the better breeds for older people, and I had flipped my page here, and I forgot that I had some written down as well.
Uh-huh.
They had said the poodle.
Poodles are supposed to be super, super, super smart.
Yeah. I am not a fan of their. I don't like how they feel, the fur, but you know they're. And what is there's different sizes too. You could get a big
Yeah.
one or a small one, or
Mm-hmm.
I mean they kind of range in size, I think.
Yes. There's the standard poodle, which is, I think the one I saw was like the size of a lab.
Oh yeah.
So
And then
with
you
a
can
big puffy ball on its head.
Yeah, and then well, growing up I had a friend that had a miniature poodle,
Mm-hmm.
and she was about the size of it, maybe a little bigger than a chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty small.
Yep.
And then they have the giant ones, or those ones are like a schnauzer.
Well, now outside of the grooming,
Yeah.
those would be very clean dogs as far as shedding goes.
Oh yeah, they don't shed that much, huh?
No,
Oh.
I don't think they shed at all, really.
Oh, nice. That would be a plus for me.
Right.
I hate the fur. Also, King Charles, they're gentle and affectionate.
Your grandmother has one.
Oh, is that what he is?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think he was a Cocker Spaniel?
He might be a mix. I'm not really
Okay.
sure, but he is definitely part King Charles.
He is a great dog.
They absolutely love him.
Bentley. Also a pug.
I think those are cute.
They are so cute.
They are.
I wouldn't mind having one someday. I've got one small and big ones, so I don't really need one now, but maybe someday.
When you buy that mansion.
Yeah, right. Everybody gets their own room. So,
or wing, depending on how much money you have.
We'll see. We'll go from there. They're very loving, and they require minimal exercise also.
That would be great for you.
My little dog soulmate, They probably watch TV with me also.
Yes.
I got a couple dogs that watch TV with me. Daytrick was cuddling with Betsy the other day, and she was watching TV at the same time.
Poppy has not been around TV a whole lot.
Yeah.
She's too busy.
Well,
She's
yeah.
got things to do.
She does.
And the other day I had the TV on, and she was where she could see it when it came on. And as soon as it, I don't know, started talking, or the music to an intro music or something happened.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what triggered it, but she spent the day underneath the desk.
Oh no. I didn't see it go in that direction.
Yeah, she is gone.
Oh no.
So
Oh, that's funny. See, when I brought Betsy home, which she was 8 weeks, I mean, she was little. She immediately, what is that, a 70 some inch? 70 inch?
Oh, your TV?
Yeah.
I don't know, 68 or 70?
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Anyway, she instantly fell in love.
She likes TV.
Yeah, she just started watching, and she'll sit on the couch with me and watch. Cuddle with Daytrick and watch. Her and Jim.
Okay, we drifted again.
So-
I'm
yeah,
sorry. As
sorry.
you were telling the story, I was sitting there thinking, why are we talking about?
Yeah, I know. I've drifted again.
Yeah, the pug.
The pug. Yes.
pug.
So they require minimal exercise. So great for an apartment.
Right.
Minimum. They're small, so easy to get around. And then the Shih Tzu.
Sounds like a sneeze.
It does. And they say these dogs thrive on attention, and also require low activity. So,
well, I could see, my mother
mhm.
is 98.
Yeah.
And my dad died when he was, was he 82 or 83? So I figure I'm going to be somewhere in that range.
Uh-huh.
I could see me sitting in an apartment with just a smaller dog. I think as long as I had a dog,
Yeah.
it would, that would make me feel like I had some company.
Well,
I don't think I'd be really that fussy about the breed at that point.
yeah.
I think mostly for a senior, I'd be most concerned about like the expense of grooming.
And that's the thing for sure, because at that point you're what, Social Security or disability or something like that, so it's limited income. And
Usually they're on Social Security when they're old like that, but
okay,
yeah, and you don't want dogs having loose hair and getting matted up.
no,
So, I think those, Frenchies and pugs and uh, I don't know, miniature pinchers kind of are a little spunky. Tori didn't like them.
no.
Anyhow,
But
something like that I think would be great because it doesn't have a lot of fur maintenance to do.
yep. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, okay, maybe I don't like Chihuahuas, but my experience with Chihuahuas, I had gotten a 6-year-old Chihuahua, right? I think he was 6, and his owner had passed away
Right.
from being old.
He was an old man.
Yeah. So, and he wasn't potty trained very well because an elderly man had him. Just
Probably
couldn't.
didn't get him outside.
Right. So he had his own little issues, and he did love me and Mom, kind of.
As much as he could, yes.
Right. And I think with a dog like a Chihuahua, just with their kind of aggressive personality, let's be honest. When you start with them, I mean, he probably did love us as much as he could. His owner died. He was confused. He was already 6.
Yeah, he was an older dog when we got him.
Yeah. And I mean, then, so we went from a house with an older man to a house with 4 kids, other dogs. He's probably like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But, I think if they would be fine for an older person in an apartment, just, maybe not a 6-year-old one.
Well, I think, I guess one thing I do love about a Shiba Inu is they really don't bark that much.
They're very quiet, actually.
And that is probably my biggest problem with the smaller dogs is the kind of relentless barking that they do.
That's yeah.
So, if you're going to live in an apartment, that might be something to think about. I think Pomeranians are pretty barky too. I remember walking into my sister's house one time, and they are small dog people.
Oh, yes.
And I don't even know. It seemed like they had like 10 Chihuahuas.
Probably.
They didn't.
Ozzy Osbourne had 13.
I know. So anyhow, I walked into their house, and it was just this, and they have a large house and a large foyer, so it kind of was echoey on top of it, and just bark, 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 bark. And it was just disturbing.
Yeah.
And I found that, I mean, I'm sure my dogs bark too, but not so persistently.
Well, and the pitch of those tiny barks.
Piercing.
Oh,
just kills your ears.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is also, I guess that wasn't even something I had written down, but I think you need to consider, are you going to end up getting people complaining because your dog is barking when you're not there? If you go to the grocery store or for a haircut or something. So, that might be something to consider too. Or can you take them with as a service dog?
Yeah.
Check into that. But there are so many things to consider when you're getting a dog. But I can tell you this. Well, Travis doesn't worry about me with my dogs.
No.
He doesn't say 2 words about me having the big dogs.
Yep.
I think sometimes he thinks I'm an idiot, but he doesn't say it. But his face does.
Yeah.
Micah, no worries, doesn't have anything to say to me about it.
Yep.
Cody is pretty sure I'm going to die because of the dogs, one way or another.
Yeah, he is.
And I'm not sure what you think. But rest assured, I don't ever see me taking on something I can't handle.
No. Well,
at my age.
I don't think so either. And, I could never see you without having at least a dog, ever. I mean, even if super old lady, you're going to have probably at least one dog. So anytime I do worry about injuries, it's more what are you doing with the dogs around you?
Well,
You know, like it's the
last winter, I totally forgot about this till you're saying that. When in the winter, I use this sled
yeah,
to haul my groceries into the house. I just load them up at the car and I pull them in.
yep,
And I was carrying the sled back outside. My deck is only like 4 steps up.
yeah,
And I was going to take the sled back out by the car parking area so that next time I had groceries, it would be out there.
yep.
And I was carrying it, and I think I tripped on the rope of the sled,
Yeah, like
and I fell, and I was half on the sled and half off of it. My shoulders banged on the stairs going down, but my butt end was on the sled. So I kind of slid down the stairs and I landed on my back at the bottom, and I looked up and there were 5 dogs standing around me looking at me like, what are you doing on the ground?
yeah.
And they all watched me because it was quite a bit of snow. They watched me struggle to get the sled out from under me. And every time I moved, my butt slid because it was on the sled. My arms were hurt from scraping.
Yeah.
And, they just stood and watched.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure if there's any injuries at my house, it's of my own doing.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're not, I don't think I'd really consider you like a super clumsy person, but I mean, yeah, I think it's more likely for sure that like you've had an accident on your own than any of the dogs have done anything. Like I said, they know who's in charge. They love you. I mean, what does Cody think is going to happen? I want to know.
I'm not really sure.
Cause like,
I've never asked him. I just chuckle at him and go on.
Yeah. I mean, cause I don't know. I've been over at your house. I mean, you're my mom, so plenty of times. And I've never seen anything that...
They do step on my flip-flops and my Crocs, and I fall from that. Actually, one day... Okay, last story.
Okay.
Last story. Okay. I was carrying a load of blankets out to the kennel building.
Yep.
And unbeknownst to me, part of the bottom blanket had come unfolded. And I was walking along and I stepped on that blanket and it pulled me forward, and I did kind of a tuck and roll. And while I was laying there, Zeus kept running and hurtling over my body. And he just kept going back and forth 3 or 4 times. Again, that was no fault of his. I stepped on the blanket and flipped myself, and he just was having fun with it.
He's like, I can play with her. You just stay there. I'll do the playing.
This is great. This is great. I'm going to do it again. Oh, I'm going to do it again.
She's just laying there and letting me do it. This is so good. This is so good.
So, I mean, I have stuff like that happen, but it's generally my own issue.
Yeah. I mean,
my own.
Yeah. So, I mean, and, I do know that, they step on your thing, they bump into you, things like that, but you're aware of that. So it's not like.
I wasn't aware this morning when Poppy was thrusting herself at me, but.
Who would have known that she was,
she's
starting
in full flight. Anyhow, enough of my stories. But
Mm-hmm.
don't let big dogs scare you because you're older. Just be wise in your choices.
Right.
I find it offensive. I see so many cute posts on. Sometimes I put them on my personal Facebook, and other times I put them on, the Primo Corso one.
Yeah.
But, you'll see me when I'm retired, and it shows this old lady sitting at a table with 10 dogs around the table.
Yeah.
Or I put one post on where it looked like a lady about in her 70s walking a Cane Corso, a Cane Corso. And I do see random ones like that where it's, that is probably most likely going to be me.
Yes.
And I think if you want a bigger dog and you're an older person,
Mhm.
don't let your family discourage you or tell you you
No.
can't do it. You just have to be smart about what you're choosing, the energy level, if it'll work for your lifestyle, if you're living in
Mhm.
an apartment or not. Some retired folks like to go into apartments and they do need a smaller dog, or
Right.
there's a size limit in the
Yeah.
apartment. And those are all things to consider. But, I personally, as I age, get a little annoyed. I am 60 and people talk to you different. They think you can't handle the things that you used to handle.
Right.
And it's almost offensive.
Right.
And I swear, if I go out to eat one more time and they call me hun or
Oh.
sweetie,
They do that to everybody, though. Let me just say that. I know you hate it.
I hate that.
I'm just glad you haven't pepper sprayed anyone yet.
Don't think I
know.
won't.
Believe me, it's crossed my mind. Well, and if you have a breed in mind, I just gotta say, don't give up on that because they may be a so-called high energy breed. Because if you find the right breeder, they'll work with you, and there may be, which maybe not, but there may be a chance that they could tell you, one of the puppies a little bit more calm, kind of. I know that
Primo Corso Kennels.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
We there's 3 males
Mhm.
at Primo Corso Kennels, and we have Yazi. I'm just going to pick the 2 extremes.
Yes.
Yazi is my super low key, loves everybody, kind of hanging out kind of dog.
Mm-hmm.
Zeus is my, hurdling
Yeah.
the body on the ground dog.
Yeah.
And then Ziggy's kind of mid-range.
Yeah.
He can be a bit spunky, but he's pretty laid back when you're with him and stuff.
Yeah.
So, when breeders have different dogs with different energy levels, that
Mhm.
can transfer onto the puppies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you have a breed that you're interested in and you want to work with a breeder, and that's why, you and I, when we talk to people about getting a puppy, we try to get to know people,
Yes.
see what their needs are, if they have
Mhm.
small kids, older members in the family. We try to help everybody
Yeah.
pick a dog that suits their need, because we want nothing but success when we place a dog with
Mhm.
a family or a person. So, if Tori is like, she right on nailed that. She nailed it right on the head. Work with a breeder that'll work with you.
Yeah. It's not totally out of the realm of possibility. So, check it out. Don't just give up right away. I mean, I have my preferences, obviously, and we're lucky enough to have the dogs that we like. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. A good breeder will help you.
Yes.
So if they're not willing to help you, then maybe find a different breeder.
Might be a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So definitely something to keep in mind too, because like I said, I have my preferences. I'd probably fight tooth and nail to get the kind of dog I wanted.
Well, I think when you are looking for a dog,
mm-hmm.
if there's anything about a breeder that makes you uncomfortable, even if it's Primo Corso Kennels,
Right.
if there is something that doesn't click with you, that doesn't feel right with you, then you shouldn't be working with that breeder. You should be finding one that you are 100% comfortable with.
Yes.
And responsible breeders typically want to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they ask questions to get a better fit.
Yep.
And you should be asking questions of the breeder.
Well, exactly. I mean, nobody's trying to be nosy. It's not a matter of nosy. It's finding the best fit for the dog and the family,
mm-hmm.
like you said.
Yep.
So I think most breeders expect some questions.
Yeah.
Yep. So ask.
Yeah. Watch those red flags. Be comfortable who you're buying from. And if you're an older person, don't be afraid of, getting a bigger dog. Just, consider a few things in your life that are going to kind of give you some cues on the direction to go. And I will say, be realistic.
Yeah.
I have less energy than I did 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So
Yeah.
I am not going to pick a high energy dog,
Right.
except for Zeus, apparently.
Or Bolo.
Or Polo. Zeus puts a little pep in all his puppies, that's
Yes,
for
he
sure.
does.
Which would be Poppy as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, just be smart, make your choices, look at your lifestyle, and just don't be afraid to try, different breeders.
Yeah. Look around.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also let me just say too, if you can't find a breeder, your vet might actually know.
Yeah.
Actually, or if there's a trainer in your area, they also might have some references for you.
I was going to say trainer. That's excellent. Yeah. Check with your vet, check with your trainers.
You never know. But again, signing off. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com, or you can comment down below. And don't forget to hit that follow button. Okay.
And I want to thank you for joining us, and we hope that you will be here for our next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.